Former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf's former Secretary General Jahangir Tareen to appear before Supreme Court on Tuesday. Supreme Court on Sunday issued notices to former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf's former Secretary General Jahangir Tareen to appear in the court in person or through their counsel on Tuesday during the hearing of appeals involving, among other constitutional questions, interpretation of Article 62(1)(f) of the Constitution, under which they both have been disqualified. The interpretation will help end the controversy about the period of punishment by determining whether disqualification of a number of lawmakers is for life or time specific. The notices have been issued by the Assistant Registrar of the Supreme Court. The notice to Mr. Sharif has been sent through the Deputy Registrar of the Supreme Court's Lahore Registry, and the notice to Mr. Tareen has been sent to his Islamabad residence. Supreme Court to learn about challenges in framing system for overseas voters. National Database and Registration Authority Chairman Usman Mubin is set to apprise the Supreme Court on Monday of non-technical challenges and the minimum time required to develop an integrated internet voting system to enable overseas Pakistanis to cast their votes in the upcoming general elections. During the last hearing of the petition seeking the right of vote for overseas Pakistanis, the NADRA chairman had tried to make a presentation before a Supreme Court bench headed by Chief Justice Saqib Nisar on the internet voting system. But at the outset, he was intercepted by the Chief Justice when he sought a 5-month time for developing the system. Sindh seeks help of centre, other provinces for Rao's arrest. The Sindh government has sought help of the federal and other provincial governments as well as intelligence agencies for the arrest of Rao Anwar. Ahmad Khan, former SSP of Karachi's Maleer district, who has been absconding in an extrajudicial killing case and a terrorism case registered against him. In a letter to the provincial governments, the Commissioner of Islamabad Capital Territory, the Home Department of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, and the government of Gilgit-Baltistan, the Sindh government sought their help to arrest Rao Anwar, who is facing inquiry over the alleged extrajudicial killing of Naseemullah alias Naqibullah Mahsood. At least 5 soldiers killed in attack near Kabul Military Academy. Gunmen launched a pre-dawn raid on a military compound in Kabul on Monday, officials said, killing at least 5 soldiers and wounding 10. The assault, which began at 5 a.m. and continued till long after daybreak with security forces battling the insurgents, was the latest in a wave of relentless militant attacks in Kabul this month by the Taliban and rival militant Islamic State group militants that have killed scores and left hundreds wounded. Over 1,500 evacuated in Paris region as rising Seine poses flood risk. Nearly 1,500 people have been evacuated from homes in the Paris region, with authorities on alert for any major flood risk after the levels of the Solent Seine River rose further on Sunday. Michel Delpeur, head of the Paris police body, told reporters that around 1,500 people had been moved out of homes in the Ile-de-France region, comprising the French capital and its suburbs. Deadly clashes in Aden as separatists fight government forces. At least 10 people were killed and more than 80 others were wounded as southern Yemeni separatists fought government troops in the southern city of Aden on Sunday, local medics said, deepening a rift between forces that had been on the same side. The worst clashes yet between southern separatists, who are allied to the United Arab Emirates, and forces loyal to the Saudi-based government risk crippling their once united war against the Iran-aligned Houthi movement in Yemen's north. Russian opposition leader Navalny freed after thousands rally against Putin and Syropol. Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny has been freed after a brief spell in police detention in Moscow as thousands rallied against a March election expected to extend Vladimir Putin's criminal term. "I'm free," Navalny said on Twitter late Sunday. "Today has been an important day, thanks to all those who were not afraid to fight for their rights." Heeding a call for Putin's Bête Noire, thousands braved freezing temperatures to stage rallies in dozens of cities to protest upcoming pseudo elections, as Navalny and his supporters refer to them. In Moscow, Navalny chanted, "Swindlers and thieves," at a rally in the city center Sunday before several police officers pounced on the 41-year-old opposition politician, knocking him down to the ground and dragging him onto a bus. Sports. Curran steps up as England secure thrilling win in Perth. Paceman Tom Curran claimed a career-best 5:35 to derail Australia's chase in the inaugural match at Perth's new stadium and help England win the fifth and final one-day international by 12 runs and complete a 4-1 win in the series on Sunday. England squandered a strong start and were all out for 259 inside 48 overs. And despite resting frontline bowlers Chris Woakes and Mark Wood and having quick Jake Ball struggling with illness, the tourists managed to defend their total. Weather forecast for next 24 hours. Cloudy weather may persist in upper parts of the country including Quetta Division. However, rain, thunderstorm with snowfall over the hills is expected at scattered places in Malagand, Hazara, Mardan Divisions, Fata, Kashmir and Baltistan, while at isolated places in Bannu, Peshawar, Kohat, Sargodha, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala Division and Islamabad. Dense fog is likely to occur in plain areas of Punjab and Upper Sindh during morning and night hours.
Please subscribe to Hums Up TV and hit the notification icon on the screen to get the latest updates of our channel. Thank you for watching Hums Up TV.